welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be making classic Salisbury steak with onion gravy. So in my bowl I have a little over 3 pounds of chopped meat. This is 80-20. I feel that gives a great flavor. Okay, so to this we're going to be adding 2 eggs, teaspoon of salt, about half a cup of milk. I have almond milk. Panko breadcrumbs, 1 cup. Two tablespoons of onion powder. Now if you have a bouillon cube, any type of beef cube powder, you'd be adding at least 2 of them, or 2 tablespoons of the beef powder. Okay. And then 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce. Okay, now we're going to give that a really good mix, and I prefer to use my hands. I like to do it gentle, not to overwork the meat, because it'll make for a hard patty. We're going to get everything nicely incorporated. And we're going to make oval patties. Okay, now we're going to shape our patties. Okay, so I have a plate. I'll put the patties on there. So this is how I like to make them. Oval patty. Okay, so when we get to almost the bottom of the bowl, we'll make our how much we're going to use. So I have enough for 3 more. We'll just portion it out. This way you're not stuck with a little tiny piece of meat left. Okay, now these are very big. This is about like the size of a softball. Okay. Okay, so at a little over 3 pounds, I was able to get 7 patties, and these are very big. Like I said, I used enough chopped meat to make the size of a softball, and then I formed them into an oval patty. So let's go get ready to cook them. So now I have, because I'm making 7 of them, I have 2 pans heating up. So we're going to add some olive oil, just a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to add our patties. I'm not going to overcrowd it. Okay. And so we're not looking to cook them fully. What we're looking to do is to get each side nice golden brown. So we'll give them a few minutes on each side. Okay, so we did 5 minutes on this side. Now we're going to flip them. They have a nice and golden brown. Again, you don't have to cook them all the way because they're going to be cooking in the gravy. Okay, so we'll let that get golden brown. Okay, so now it's been 5 minutes on this side. So what we're going to do, now they're still not fully cooked. I'm going to take them out. Let me just set the heat for a second. Okay, so now what we got to do is let's just add a little bit more olive oil. And now I have 3 small onions that I've sliced up anyway, but you can cut the onions however you would like them. Diced up small, however you like. So we're going to let these cook a little bit. And then put the heat back on. See how the stove is just too hot. It's still hot. All right, so now put the stove on. I'm going to put it on a 5. Want to get the onions translucent, a little golden brown. Just break them apart. Right. Let's add a little salt to that. A pinch. Now again, you would normally be doing this in one pan, but I am making 7. So this is why I need the 2 pans. Try to break them up, get them nice and tender. So at this point, I like to add a crushed bouillon cube. It brings much more flavor. Whatever type of beef flavoring you have, I would add it now. Some people will even cheat a little bit and add Lipton onion soup mix, and that has a nice beef flavoring, plus the onions, which you already have, so it's not going to hurt the recipe. Okay. Okay, to each we're going to add about half a can of beef broth. Okay, like I said, it's half a can of beef broth. Okay. Now we're going to be adding our patties back into the pan. Trying to move the onions out of the way. Let this get to the bottom. Okay. Get this out of the way. So now I want this to simmer. So I'm going to put it at 2. Okay, so they're both at 2. Now I'm going to be adding to each one 2 cups of water. Now later on we will thicken that up. Now right now we're going to, on a simmer, we're going to cook this for 45 minutes to an hour. Like I said, they're very thick, the patties, so we need everything to cook well and get nice and tender. So as soon as this starts cooking, I'll be back in about 45 minutes. So now it's been 45 minutes. I had the lids semi on. Okay, so now I have in a cup 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. I'm going to add a little water. Okay, I'm going to split it between the two of them. So we want the gravy to thicken up a little bit. Meat is cooked perfectly. So now I'm going to leave the lids off and we're going to let the gravy get a little thick. And then I also can see some of the fat from the hamburger meat, so I'll be skimming that off also. But you'll be able to see it much clearer, the fat, when the gravy is thicker. So we'll come back in 5 minutes. Okay, so the gravy is getting thicker. Now, like I said, what I like to do is take a spoon and skim off some of the fat. You just take your time, get a little bit up. Then I like to keep turning them. So it's a pretty simple recipe to make, very frugal, because really the only much expense is the chopped meat. That's it. Classic Salisbury steak with onion gravy. This will go great with some mashed potatoes, even rice. I really hope you give this recipe a try. It's so delicious. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.